ridiculous that we've got 9 wild dogs, 2 leopards, and 2 hyenas all in this area. I'm pretty sure Thandi's going to make an appearance here somewhere. I think she heard the commotion of this being killed, and she's coming down this way, as well as that male leopard probably also heard the commotion and was also coming into this area. Which male leopard? We obviously don't know, but let's see what happens here. If we start to hear growling, then we know that the dogs have seen a leopard, because they start to growl when they see a leopard. Craziness, absolute madness. And like I say, it should be the Pungwepak. You see they've left that carcass. There goes the hyenas, and the dogs are now going to carry on, which is weird. I'm surprised they're leaving that much meat. It looks like a little baby kudu that they managed to kill. Unfortunately, that's the end of that. I think sorry, Chris. It's a shame. The one guy's been trying to find these dogs and has been doing loops and circles and sort of tracks round and round and round in order to find them, and obviously they're just running in all kinds of directions. But what we're going to do is I'm going to follow the hyenas instead, because I think that the leopards are going to come to where the hyenas are. I don't think they're going to worry about the dogs, so I'm quite keen to see if we can find out which leopards are here. Obviously we know Thandi is here, but let's try and see if we can find if this male shows up as well. Normally when dogs are around like this, though, it's always a case for when a leopard's going to get treed. So hopefully we'll just see one popping up into a tree somewhere, and that will kind of help us. The last visual I had of Thandi was just to our east. So I'm hoping that, you know, she makes an appearance. I don't know if I've lost this hyena already as well. This block is terrible. Can you see the leopard? There we go. Alright, past the dead tree. There we go. Hello, Thandi. How are you, my girl? So there she is there. So, like I say, following the hyena, there's the hyena, and there's the leopard there. So let's see if the male arrives too. With the feeding of the hyena, the male might come into this area, and we might get them all together. It's so funny because yesterday I was talking about it with Nsele. I was saying that often these more experienced cats do follow wild dogs. They know that wild dogs are quite successful hunters, and much like the hyenas have arrived to try and steal the food. So Thandi has also come into the area, as well as, I'm pretty sure, this male leopard, to come and see if they can't scavenge a bit for themselves as well. Now, she's not with the cubs. She left Marips all the way inside Torchwood, and then kind of came this way. And I'm pretty sure she's been tracking the dogs the whole way, because she's pretty much walked parallel with them this morning. Her tracks and where the dogs' tracks are on 2 roads that run parallel to each other. So I'm pretty sure that's what she's been up to. It would be cool if a male leopard arrives here. I'm interested to see who it is. Where we are here, I mean, theoretically, should be Mulawati, and given the brief visual that Trish had, you would think it would be him. But I know of late, Lauren's been seeing, well, she saw Klangula on Cheetah Cut Line, which is not that far from where we are now. So it's very possible that he's also around. And that would be the first time that Thandi, I think, would have found him or seen him. This would be interesting to see her reaction. Hello, beautiful girl. Got her grumpy face on today. So I want meat face, but there's a hyena in my way. And she won't challenge that hyena. She knows that, unfortunately, her chances of being able to steal from a hyena of the size is not great. She can get badly hurt. So what she's probably hoping for is this hyena to fill up, and then she can come and get any little scraps that potentially are left over. You see how she just dropped slightly? It's because the hyena stopped feeding and is looking in her direction. That's why this kind of, her whole demeanor changes. She just starts to settle down a little bit, and sort of, she might just mark the tree, or she might go up it. Let's have a look. It's just at the base of this big marula. Be a nice tree for her to go up. She wouldn't have to worry about hyenas down there. And you can see here comes a hyena, so it might force. No, she's going. There goes hyena chasing her along. What's she gonna go up the tree, girl? She's gonna go up that tree. Look at that. Look at her growling. I mean, you did pick the most ridiculous tree, Thandi. You can't be that angry with the hyena, you silly sausage. She's just going to sit there. I'm going to try and get a little bit closer to her quickly and see if we can. Such a nice sort of position that she's in. Craziness. What an epic morning. Sorry, hyena. So Lillian, in terms of hierarchy and strength, hyenas would be the strongest on a one-on-one basis between them. But the dogs can be stronger than all three when they're in big groupings together. So you can imagine if there's one hyena, one leopard, and let's say 22 wild dogs, the wild dogs will give the leopard and the hyenas a serious hiding. But on a one-on-one basis, you probably would rank them hyena, leopard, if female leopard like this, then wild dog. If it's a male leopard, then it would go male leopard, hyena, wild dog. So it just depends on the scenario. Thandi, that branches looks like it's even going to break. It's wobbling. The hyenas are carrying the carcass off now. A little bit further. I wouldn't be surprised she follows them a little bit. It's a bit of an interaction between the hyenas and them laughing. I still don't see any sign of this male leopard, but where Trish had him is quite far up. So it'll take him a bit of time to get down to where we are at the moment. Although they can cover ground pretty quickly. I mean, you saw how quickly we lost Thandi earlier. It can be a very, very fast. Sounds like there's still one on some of the kill behind us. The kill's obviously been broken into two now. One's carried one bit and the other one's carried some. Epic though. Isn't that cool? What a crazy morning. This is the thing about the Sabi Sands. It's one of the reasons why, so many people come back to it is, yes, we have amazing leopards, and leopards is a big part of it, but a lot of it is the predator interaction that we get here in the Sabi Sands. Is often sightings like this where you have hyena leopard interaction or wild dog hyena interaction, or lions hyenas. I mean, the hyenas are generally the common denominator, but even lions, leopard, leopard, wild dog, these things all kind of take place out here, and it's one of the best preserves for interactions of your big predators. Hello, beautiful girl. Shame she's just watching these hyenas. I don't think she wants to come down just yet. She's obviously not impressed that she got chased up the tree to start with. But she did choose, like I say, the most ridiculous tree of all of them. She had two beautiful maroons that she could have gotten up to. But part of it also is that she maybe doesn't want to go up into these trees, because the higher she goes, the more attention she attracts to herself. And if wild dogs and things are around, often they can be a little bit wary of it, and they don't like to go up and then get kind of cornered up in a tree and the dogs sit below and bark and shout at them all day long. So they prefer then to try and get themselves into a place where they can at least be a little bit lower down but still out of the way of the hyenas. Now we'll watch Thandi's reaction, because she's going to be the one that will give away a male leopard before ours. If we start to see her looking and then start to chuff, or to drop her head and just kind of bolt, then you know that there's that other leopard is approaching. You see her reaction to hyenas is pretty nonchalant until they're on her tail, whereas another leopard, she'll have a very different behavior. She'll start to salivate a little bit, and like I said, there'll be little contact calls and chuffs, and that will be an indication that other leopard has arrived here. It could be, like I say, it could even be Dingana that's in this area. You never know. I haven't seen him down here for a long time, but it's possible.